So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best exercises for a lumbar disc herniation. Now these are things that I have found that have worked for myself as I have gone through previous herniations in the past. These are things that I actually do. So when you're getting into these positions, it might be very difficult at first, but try your best to get into them and take your time. Focus on the movements, not contracting the muscles that are around the disc. First one that we're going to be doing is we're going to get into all fours, and we're going to be doing just small micro movements for cat-cow. So dropping that stomach down, tilting the pelvis, bringing the head up, and then tucking the chin and tilting the pelvis under, bringing the spine. Now your range of motion might only be this much for the first few days, and that is okay. If this is all that you can do in a short amount of time, then you're doing great just by doing movements. So try to get this for 30 seconds, going through the movements nice and slow, not focusing on contracting any of the low back muscles. Next one we're going to be doing is bird dog. Now again, the range of motion might only be bringing the leg back and bringing the leg forward and the arm back. So it might only be this small range of motion to start. You're going to be going within your pain-free tolerance and switching back and forth. And then eventually we're going to be getting into a full bird dog, lifting up. So this might be a few weeks away for you, but keep doing the small movements to start. So doing those for at least 30 seconds. Then we're going to go onto our stomachs. And we're going to be going into an extension, focusing on not contracting the muscles. This isn't you bringing the body up. It is more of your upper body. Your hands are going to be pushing your upper body, stretching out the anterior portion of the spine. So when you first start, you might only be able to get this high, and eventually getting your hands under, relaxing the low back, relax through the abdominals. Really soften yourself, and then you're just going to hang out here. We're going to breathe, and then eventually we're going to be able to go into a full spinal extension. So stick within your pain-free ranges of motions, and you're going to be doing this for, again, 30 seconds. But you might be starting out low, and then you're going to work yourself up high the further along that you are in your recovery. So our next exercise is going to be the pelvic tilts. Now I found that first thing in the morning when I wake up, this was my go-to. So I'd even just be laying in bed because nice and soft, and then I would just work on my pelvic tilts just to help increase the flow first thing in the morning. So we have our legs are going to be bent, and I always like to put my hands on my pelvis just to make sure I am fully engaging and fully feeling the movements. So we're going to have a neutral spine, low back is going to be nice and flat, and then you're going to tilt the pelvis up and then relax it down. So we're working mainly on the flexion portion of our spine. Now again, within your pain tolerance, if this is too much, then all you're going to be doing is this. Just the most micro movement, and that's okay. Any type of movement is going to help. And then eventually it'll be the full range of motion. So doing this for 30 seconds, again, I find first thing in the morning works fantastic. All right, so if it is within your pain tolerance, grabbing yourself a Swiss ball, an exercise ball, something that has a little bit of movement to it, I find works really, really well, or a sit disc that you can put on your chair. So you want it to be, so your legs are going to be at a 90 degree, not up and not down. So having them nice and straight out in front of you. And then I always put my hands on my hips to make sure that everything is moving. So if it was within your pain tolerance and you were able to sit, this is going to help. So you're going to do pelvic tilts while sitting on a Swiss ball. So going forwards and backwards. Again, 30 seconds. And then you're going to go into circumduction. So we're going to be going to the right for 30 seconds. Really focus on the hips, focus on the low back, not on the entire body moving. So I just want you to focus on tiny hip circles. And then 30 seconds, you're going to go the other way. Just like that. And then we're going to go into our marches. So again, I got my hands on my hips, sitting up nice and tall, and all I'm going to be doing is slightly lifting up one leg and then alternate to the other side. So this really helps to work the transverse abdominis, multifidus, rotatorius. It really helps the muscles that are around the spine to help get them stronger. Now, these types of exercises are also phenomenal to do even after you have gone over your injury and the pain has kind of subsided. These types of exercises aren't things that you just stop doing when you're out of pain. You have to keep doing them to build that strength because you don't want it to happen again. So after you've done your leg marches for 30 seconds, if that becomes easy and you are very much so pain-free, then you increase. So our next step of this would be a leg extension, and then back in, leg extension, back in. So that's a little bit more advanced. So you can replace the marches with extensions, again, 30 seconds to start. Now, all of these exercises that we've just gone through, your goal is to do them for 30 seconds, at least 2 times in the day. It's okay if you go over. Try not to do less than 30 seconds, but if you can do a minute of the cat-cow, it will help you out. I wish you the best of luck with your back pain, and we'll see you in the next video.